Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 26 minutes past 8. A bit later than I had thought, but we had a couple of problems on the bus. There was wheelbarrows everywhere and they weren't stacked properly and they were up on top of each other, and my luggage man Dino was gone on the beer and Stig was playing hell altogether. I told him bring 3 or 4 kegs and he brought enough to drink Dublin out of it. So I got a bit skew-ways this evening, but we're back on track. It's amazing when lads back, a couple of winners sort of lose the run of themselves. But a couple of nice winners since we chatted last. Started off yesterday with Haley Turner getting up for second at 11-1 and a quarter of the odds. That was a grand return. Like for a tenner each way, you had nearly 40 quid back. The second one, Luke Morris. He got a great position coming around the turn, 2-fan. And I says he's in the right place now to make a move coming up the stretch. But unfortunately, I don't know what happened, but he fell way back. So there had to be some sort of an excuse. And then Buxted 2. I backed that the other night at 11-1, and then I seen someone putting up a comment that it was drifted out to 20. So I cashed out the 11s and I went for more at the 20s because I was saying that's a great price to be in the first 4. He gave it a great ride, Kieran O'Neill. When he broke from trap 10, he looked across, let the two of them, and 11 and 12 set the pace for him, and he wasn't for catching coming up the stretch. The passengers on the bus shouted him home, so he heard them in the stand. And then we got off to a great start today again with Liberated Lad, hosed up. I didn't actually see it until this evening. I was listening to it on the phone. Bad time in the last couple of days. I can't see them. I was picking up the kids at 1:10 and that race was at 20 past. So we heard it all right. It's out again on Sunday. It'll be carrying a £5 penalty. Different surface, but he's in good form. That was the only time I've ever showed 2 videos of any horse. What I was showing was that he liked the surface and he was getting fitter, you could see, and he was even fitter today. I normally only showed the one. But it's important to see that when you're backing horses on all of them are different surfaces. You have to make sure that they can go on the surface. Like horses that'll go well in Kimpton won't run well in Southwell or in Newcastle. A bit disappointed tonight. We got great position in Too Bright, and it just fell away. I thought on the turn for home, I says, yeah, this is the position to be in. But anyway, we had a good weekend. So if the books can mind their jobs now on the bus, will be in great shape. Only joking here. Bit of crack. Now, tomorrow, I don't know is Haydock going ahead or not, but I picked out 2 for the National Hunt enthusiasts. It'll be heavy ground. There's an each way bet here. Kerry Lee has a horse and it's an 11-year-old. It loves heavy ground. It doesn't love coming on to show us though. That's the only thing. Hold on, we'll go again. The favourite is that Sholo Jack. Oh dear. This is rural Ireland for you. There we go. This has had more wind operations than ever I've seen in a horse. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it has about 5 of them. 4 definitely anyway. But it goes well on heavy ground. You can see in February 2020 there in Uttoxeter, it won heavy ground of race to 111. It was second Aqueous Miller and second to Protect the Flow of 126 that time, both on heavy ground. And last February it ran in Chepstow, heavy ground. Fine big horse this.
David Bass. That's his style. And a good jump by him and by Claire Dane. Destined to shine in just third now with Fugitive, who's being ridden along now as they go down towards the 9th. And the last open ditch of the race, the two leaders in the air together, Al Dancer and Eclair Dane. But Bridget Andrews hasn't really moved yet on Eclair Dane. Now she does, she presses the button. But look at Destined to Shine on the outside for Johnny Burke here as they go down towards the third last. Great leap there by Eclair Dane. Better than in second, Destined to Shine. Al Dancer may well have run his race. He's trying to stay on again though. Here's the second last. And there wasn't much to choose between Destined to Shine and Eclair Dane as they move between the last two fences, Al Dancer and Fugitive in third and fourth. Now the final fence is coming up to them on the near side. Destined to Shine just ahead of Eclair Dane, but it's only by about a head, and Eclair Dane is fighting very bravely on the inside, but Destined to Shine pulls out a bit more on the run in here for Johnny Burke, and Destined to Shine pulls away in tremendous style to go on and win it for Kerry Lee. Johnny Burke and Kerry Lee with
Not Afraid. They were fairly kicking up the muck there. But I was looking at the other horses there, and not too many of them ran on real heavy ground. I know it's 11 years of age, but an 11-year-old, when they know they can go on it, they'll give it their all. It was 6-1 there earlier. I was marking it out as an each way bet. And then in the big race tomorrow, the Peter Marsh, this was won the last 2 years by Royal Pagaille for Venetia Williams. Bristol Jemai actually won this race in 2017. Has ran 9 times at Haydock, has won 5 times. And it loves Haydock and it loves real heavy ground. And it ran pretty decent the last time in the Betfair Chase, the one the Protectorate won. I know it shows 21 lengths, but heavy ground is key to it. And 'twas second in this last year to the Galloping Bear. Now, the Real Steel probably is the biggest danger, or Empire Steel, although Fontaine's Collonge. But Bristol Jemai will be out in front, and if he gets an easy lead, it could be hard stopped. Now, I'll be cheering this on because I've loved this horse. I love the Grey Chaser, probably from Desert Orchid's time. So, it was actually 3-1, 11-4 there earlier. It's into 2s, 9-4, 15-8 now. So there's a couple of then on the Goo. The 12.50 at on the Goo. Who put up that the other day? On the Goo at 13-2. Glittering Choice. This, I think this distance is right for it. 2 runs back at Newcastle. I know it's different surface. Just have a quick look. It's in yellow. It's at the back of the pack.
To Falsetto and Julef Kabir, they're the next ones. Whispering Winds, he is in behind those, followed then by Buford, and after Buford, Palace Lord. They all come wide again. Hector's here and Clocknewer both try to make ground on either flank of this broadening field. They're followed by Palace Lord, switch towards the far side. Oh, and a stumble there from Unplugged. Unplugged stumbled badly, just maybe it's not his day. In behind them, Glittering Choice is the back marker. They head then down towards the closing stages. Hector's here, few quid for this one beforehand. Against the near side has stormed on from Oscar Doodle. With those in behind them comes Mr. Falsetto. Unplugged is still staying on remarkably after a race where everything's gone wrong. Moves into third late. Hector's here, though, is out in front. Hector's here goes on to win the prize by a length and a bit from Oscar Doodle.
Finished about 6th there. And then in his last run, it was a furlong. It was 2 furlongs, 2.5 furlongs farther, and it'd be a furlong shorter of this race. He got out. He this was too far for him.
As they swing left-handed
Back towards the home straight inside the final 3 furlongs they come, and levelling up for home. Isle of Wolves has just about been sent on here. Bobbity towards the far side. Right behind those Sky Breeze being asked to pick up Peripatea, trying to get going behind them. Gift of Rise towards the right. Hilden Lee on the left with Glittering Choice now trying to weave his way through his victory march, but they're inside the final 2. Still there, Isle of Wolves tackled by Glittering Choice to the near side. Sky Breeze is right there between horses. Hilden Lee's trying to go right over the top to the near side. Glittering Choice has just about hit the front, but Sky Breeze is battling away over on the far side. Hilden Lee towards the near side. Sky Breeze in front as they go inside the final half. Glittering Choice trying to wear down the lead.
I'm hoping that this is the optimum distance for the horse tomorrow. And in the 137 at Lingfield, Paris Lights, this used to be trained by Jessica Harrington in Ireland, and I went over to George Bowie the last time. This is his first time in a handicap. Ryan Moore is taking the ride tomorrow. Went up £5 for this win, but it went out in front.
One in white and red on the outside. White and red on the inside is Puy Fusay. Paris Lights with now pushed along Lady Lulu into the spotlight, just carrying the head to one side as Paris Lights responding well to William Buick's urgings, straightens with a length and a half lead from Lady Lulu and into the spotlight. Paris Lights now in full cry, still has a couple of lengths in hand over Lady Lulu, then into the spotlight, who's getting balanced and running on, but the bird may have flown, the bird being Paris Lights, who's 3 or 4 lengths clear from Lady Lulu into the spotlight, continuing to hang on. William Buick hunting down these 200 winners, moves to 109.
I thought that would improve probably for the run. It went up £5, it's up to 80. It's first time in a handicap. But 2 to 1, 9 to 4, 5 to 2. And then I had to, I was a while there looking to see could I get anything at Navan. And there's a handicap hurl. And I came down on an each way selection here called Au Fleuron. This was 7th in the Merton Pipe to Bainbridge, and it was beaten 9 3/4 lengths. Then it ran in Cork in April on heavy ground, and it had one spin over a chase, and they must abort that altogether, and they went back the last day, and it was in that good class hurdle. We were on one down the field, Rian, but it ran fairly well there, 4th, and it was 33 to 1, so they weren't expecting much out of it. So I thought at the price, I think it's a 10 to 1 shot. 10 to 1 shot, they're paying 4 places, so it's 11 to 4 the field. It's an open enough contest, so if that came on a bit for that run, that it might have a chance, an each way chance tomorrow. So I don't know if Ascot, or what you call it, is going to be on. Haydock. Navan is probably going ahead all right. Anyway, I'm waffling on too much this evening. Just in 13 minutes. Anyway, back to the bookies. Over and out.